Hey everybody, my name is Eric Warnicki and I am the SEO team lead here at TriMark Digital. Today we're going to be talking about 4 things that you need to know before investing in SEO. Let's get started with business goals. What are you actually trying to achieve by investing in SEO? Maybe you want more people to buy your products. Maybe you want more people to call you on the phone and request a consultation. Or maybe you want more people to sign up for your newsletter. You've got to make sure that the things that you're trying to make happen are actually going to make your company money. That the goals that you set for your SEO are SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timelined. The next thing that we're going to want to talk about today is content and keywords. What are the questions that your customers are actually searching for on search engines? And how can you make sure that your website is providing the very best answer to those questions? It's important to remember that Google and other search engines like Bing and Yahoo, they're essentially question machines, and your website needs to serve as an answer machine. The question machine is going to grab the answer from your website and provide it to the user, who is then going to click on that result and go to your website. And the more optimized your site is, the more clicks that you're going to get. So the next part of that I want to talk about is making sure that the answers that your website gives are not only correct and not only better than your competition, but they're also always up to date. A lot of times the answer that Google is going to serve to people whenever someone asks a question is the most recent answer with the most recent information. So obviously in a lot of industries, things are changing at light speed. The answer that was correct last week is not the answer that's correct this week. And so you've got to make sure that your website is always aware of the changes that are happening out there in the industry and is always providing the most current answers to people. The third thing that I want to talk about is the user experience of your website. You could have the greatest answers out there for the most questions, but it's not going to matter at all to Google if the visual of your website and the user experience of your website is simply awful. You've got to make sure that the user experience of your website on mobile, on tablets, and on desktop is as good as humanly possible. Your website has to be more beautiful than your competitors, and it has to answer questions better than your competitors. So before you even get started on SEO, make sure you understand what the user experience of your website is like. And the last thing that I want to talk about today is budgets. It's a touchy subject, but we're going to power through it because this is very important. You've got to know, how much money did my business make in profit last year? How much of that came from digital? And of that digital budget, how much of that came from paid ads? How much of that came from social media? How much of that came from email marketing, etc.? And how much can SEO help you to be able to grow? The next thing that you've got to be aware of is the competitive nature of your industry, so that you can know how much you've got to put in order to be competitive in that space. Another part of that equation is just how much your total budget for marketing is each year, and how much of that goes towards digital, things like email, things like social media, things like paid ads, etc. And understanding what percentage of that can I put towards SEO to make sure that I'm going to show up for as many keywords that are getting searched a lot as possible. Essentially every day when your website is going out there on search engines, there's a battle going on. And every dollar that you give to your SEO team in order to fight in that fight is a dollar that you're giving them to put armor on your soldiers, to equip your soldiers, and to feed your soldiers. So you need to make sure that your budget is realistic so that you can actually compete to capture those customers that are out there searching for these keywords. So that's it. 4 things that you need to know before you invest in SEO. Today we talked about your business goals, your content and your keywords. We talked about user experience, and we talked about setting a realistic budget. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions about SEO or any of the other services that TriMark provides, you can visit our website at trimarkdigital.com and reach out to us there. Thank you guys so much for watching.